Hey everyone, welcome back to the J&May English Podcast. I am May, and today we are tackling a massive headache for beginners, much versus many.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. J. It's great to be here. This topic matters because if you use the wrong one, you don't just sound like a student. You can actually confuse people about what you're talking about.
Exactly. I remember once saying, I have many water, and my friend looked at me like I was an alien.
It happens to the best of us. By the end of this episode, you'll never make that mistake again. You'll know exactly how to talk about quantities like a pro.
I love that. Before we dive deep, make sure you subscribe to the J&May English Podcast so you don't miss our weekly lessons.
Now, May, let's start with the basics. Everything in English comes down to one question. Can you count it?
You mean like 1, 2, 3, 4?
Exactly. We call these countable and uncountable nouns. If you can put a number in front of it, it's countable. Think of apples. 1 apple, 2 apples.
Okay, so for apples, do I use much or many?
For things you can count, we use many. I have many apples. I have many friends. I have many problems.
I definitely have many problems with grammar. So many is for the things I can touch and count individually.
Mostly, yes. Now, think about water or sugar. Can you say 1 water or 2 sugars?
Well, maybe if I'm at a cafe, but usually no. Water is just a big pile of liquid.
Right. We call that uncountable. For these big piles or abstract things, we use much. There isn't much water in the glass.
Oh, so much is for the messy stuff you can't really separate into pieces easily.
That is a great way to put it. This part is vital. Beginners often use much in the wrong types of sentences.
Wait, what do you mean wrong types of sentences? Isn't it just about the noun?
Not quite. In natural, everyday English, we actually don't use much very often in positive, happy sentences.
Really? So I shouldn't say I have much money.
Precisely. That sounds very old-fashioned or like a robot. In positive sentences, we usually use a lot of.
Oh, so a lot of is like a cheat code.
It really is. You can use a lot of for both. A lot of water, a lot of apples. It's the safe zone.
Then why do we even need much and many?
We need them mostly for questions and negative sentences. That's where much really lives.
So if I'm asking a question, I say, how much money do you have?
Spot on. And if you're broke, you say, I don't have much money.
That sounds like me right now. So for negatives and questions, we use the specific words. For positive sentences, we stick to a lot of to sound natural.
You got it. But here's where most learners fail. They forget that some things feel countable but aren't.
Like what? Give me a hard one.
How about information? Can I have many informations?
I want to say yes because I can learn 5 things, but informations sounds weird.
Good ear. Information is uncountable. You never say many informations, you say much information or a lot of information.
Wow, that is tricky. It's like the word advice too, right?
Exactly. You don't get many advices, you get much advice.
This is why I love our chats. It's making so much sense now. But Mr. J, what about time? Time is a number on a clock. Is it much time or many time?
That's a brilliant question. Time as a concept is uncountable. We say, I don't have much time.
But I can count hours.
Yes, if you use the word hours, you use many because hours are countable units. I have many hours of work left.
So it depends on the specific word I choose, not just the idea of time.
You're learning fast, May. It's all about the grammar of the specific noun.
I feel like I'm finally getting the hang of this, but I know there's a simple trick for people who get stuck in the middle of a sentence.
There is, and it involves looking at the end of the word. If the word has an S at the end, like books, dogs, or friends, it's almost always many.
Oh, because the S means it's plural and countable.
Right. If there's no S, like milk, rice, or luggage, you probably need much.
Luggage, that's another one. We have many bags, but much luggage.
Correct. Luggage is the whole group, so it's uncountable.
My head is spinning a little, but in a good way. It's like a puzzle.
It is a puzzle, but once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it.
So if I'm at a party and I want to know if there are a lot of people, do I say much people or many people?
Well, can you count people? One person, two people?
Yes, but people doesn't have an S at the end. You just told me to look for the S.
You caught me. People is an irregular plural. It's still countable, so we use many.
Okay, so the S trick works 90% of the time, but I have to watch out for those sneaky words.
Exactly. Many people is correct. Much people is a very common mistake.
I'm glad we cleared that up. I used to say much people all the time.
Don't worry, even advanced learners slip up on that one sometimes.
It's so interesting how much feels so much more heavy, like it's for big, flowing things.
That's a poetic way to look at it. Much for the ocean, many for the fish in it.
Oh, I love that. Much water, many fish. That's going in my notebook.
Glad to hear it. Ready to look at some more real-life examples?
Definitely. I want to be an expert by the time we finish.
Well, think about your kitchen. Think about the things you use every day.
Okay, coffee. I drink way too much coffee.
Me too. And coffee is a liquid, so much is perfect there. What about the cups?
I have many cups in my cupboard.
Perfect. See, you're doing it.
It's getting easier, but what if I'm talking about salt? Salt is like a million tiny pieces. I can't count those.
You're right. Even though you could technically count them with a microscope, we treat it as a mass, so it's much salt.
Too much salt in the soup. Got it.
And many grains of salt if you want to be very specific.
I think I'll stick to too much salt for now.
Good choice. Keeping it simple is the best way to learn.
So we've covered the basics of countable and uncountable, the S trick, and the a lot of cheat code.
We've covered a lot, but there is one specific area where much and many get really confusing for beginners.
Is it money? Because money always confuses me.
It is actually related to money, but specifically how we ask about prices.
Oh, how much is it? I say that every day.
Exactly. But why do we say much if we can count dollars and cents?
Wait, you're right. Why do we say how much for money?
It's because the word money itself is uncountable. You never say, I have 5 monies.
That sounds like something a cartoon character would say.
It does. So because money is the category, we use much.
But if I ask about dollars, I should say how many dollars, right?
Exactly. You're a natural at this. How many dollars, but how much money?
This is making me realize how much I didn't know about words I use every day.
That's the beauty of language. There's always a deeper layer.
I'm ready for the next layer. What else do we need to know?
Well, since you're ready, let's talk about the big two. These are how much and how many. We use these more than anything else in English.
I use them all the time when shopping, but sometimes I hesitate. Like if I'm buying fruit, do I ask how much or how many?
It depends on what you were pointing at. If you point at a pile of grapes, you could ask how many grapes are there, because you can count individual grapes.
But what if I just want to know the weight, like the total amount of fruit?
Then you'd say, how much fruit do you want? Fruit as a general category is usually uncountable.
Totally strange. Grapes are many, but fruit is much.
Exactly. It's like the money and dollars rule we just talked about. The specific items are often countable, but the big group name is often not.
Okay, let me try one. Clothes. I love shopping for clothes. Is it much clothes or many clothes?
Actually, clothes is a special word. It's always plural, so we use many. I have too many clothes.
Oh, thank goodness. My closet definitely has many clothes.
But here's a simple trick for you. If you're ever unsure in a shop, just say, "How much is this?"
Because I'm asking about the price?
Right. When you ask how much, you're usually asking about the cost, which is always an uncountable concept.
That makes life so much easier. I can just point and say, how much for everything?
It's a great survival phrase, but to really sound like a native speaker, you need to understand too much and too many.
Oh, like when there's an annoying amount of something.
Exactly. Too adds a negative feeling. It means more than you want.
Like, there is too much noise in this room.
Perfect example. Noise is uncountable. You can't have 3 noises usually, so too much noise is correct.
And if I'm at a crowded concert, I would say there are too many people?
You nailed it. This part is vital because using too much with a countable noun, like too much people, is a mistake that really stands out to native speakers.
I don't want to stand out for the wrong reasons. So, too many for things I can count and too much for things I can't.
You got it. Now, let's test your brain a little bit. What about work? Is it much work or many work?
I have a lot of things to do, but I don't say I have 5 works, so it must be much work.
Spot on. I have too much work today.
But I can say I have many tasks, right? Because tasks are individual things I can list.
You are getting really good at this logic. Tasks are countable. Work is the general mass.
Exciting! I feel like a detective finding all the countable nouns.
A detective grammar suit. That's a good look for you, May.
But wait, Mr. J, I heard someone say thank you so much the other day. Why much? Can we count thanks?
That's a brilliant observation. Thank you so much is a fixed expression. Much here modifies the feeling or the amount of gratitude, which is definitely uncountable.
So I shouldn't say thank you so many?
Actually, you can say many thanks. It's a bit formal, like in an email.
Wow, English is full of these little paths you can take. So much for the feeling, many thanks for the plural noun.
Precisely. It's all about whether you're treating the idea as a single mass or as individual pieces.
Let's talk about the kitchen again. I was cooking last night and I got confused with flour and eggs.
Okay, let's look at those. If you're making a cake, do you need much flour or many flour?
Well, flour is like dust. I can't count the little grains, so much flour.
Correct. And the eggs?
I can see them, I can hold them, so many eggs.
Exactly. How many eggs do we have? And we don't have much flour left.
It's starting to feel like second nature now, but I sometimes hear people use much in a way that sounds like they are comparing things.
Ah, you mean like this cake is much better than the last one?
Yes, is that the same much?
It's the same word, but it's doing a different job. Here, it's an adverb. It's making the word better stronger.
Can I say this cake is many better?
No, definitely not. When we compare things using better, faster, or stronger, we always use much.
Much faster, much stronger, much taller. Okay, I'll remember that. That's a good much cheat code.
It really is. Now, here's a simple trick for when you're stuck in a negative sentence.
I'm listening.
If you aren't sure, try to use very. If you can say, I'm not very happy, you are using an adjective. But if you are talking about an amount, you must choose between our 2 friends.
So, I don't have very friends sounds wrong. It has to be, I don't have many friends.
Exactly. And I don't have very money is also wrong. It has to be, I don't have much money.
That really helps me hear the mistake before I say it.
Hearing the music of the language is a huge part of moving from beginner to intermediate.
I'm definitely feeling the rhythm today. We've covered too much, too many, how much, how many, and even much for comparisons.
You're doing a great job, May, but don't get too comfortable yet, because there are a few traps that even advanced students fall into.
Oh no, not the traps. What's a common one?
It's the word advice. We mentioned it briefly, but people always want to say many advices because they think of different tips.
I've definitely said thanks for your many advices before. Is that really wrong?
It is. In English, advice is a mass. You can have a lot of advice or some advice, but never many advices.
What if I want to count it? Like if you gave me 3 things to remember.
Then you use a container word. You can say 3 pieces of advice.
Pieces of advice. That sounds so much more professional.
It really does. It's the same with news. You don't have many news. You have much news or some news.
Even though news has an S at the end?
Yes, that's the ultimate trap. The S in news is just part of the word. It doesn't mean it's plural.
English is definitely trying to trick me today, Mr. J.
It's not a trick, it's just a personality. And once you know the personality, you can be friends with it.
Well, I'm trying to be best friends with much and many right now.
You're doing great. I think you're ready to see how we wrap this all together.
I'm ready. Let's keep going.
Before we wrap up, I want to share a secret. Most learners fail here because they overthink it during a real conversation. If you freeze up, just remember, many is for things you can physically count on your fingers.
And if I can't count it on my fingers, like water, air, or even abstract feelings, I go with much.
Exactly. But remember our a lot of safety net from earlier. If you are making a positive statement, like, I have many friends, it's actually more natural to say, I have a lot of friends.
Right, so I should save much and many mostly for my questions and my no's, like, I don't have much time, or do you have many questions?
Perfect. You've summarized the core of the lesson beautifully. Let's do a quick recap of the trouble words we found today.
Okay, let's see. Money is uncountable, so it's much money, but dollars are many dollars.
Correct. What about our favorite morning drink?
Much coffee, but many cups of coffee. Oh, and I remember the S trick. Books, cars, and ideas usually take many because they're plural.
And the exceptions, the sneaky ones?
People doesn't have an S, but it's still many people. And news has an S, but it's actually uncountable, so we use much news.
You nailed it. You really are a grammar detective now, May.
I feel so much more confident. It's not just about memorizing a list. It's about looking at the word and asking, can I put a 1, 2, 3 in front of this?
That is the golden rule. If you can count it, many is your friend. If you can't, much is the way to go.
This has been so helpful, Mr. J. I think our listeners are going to feel a lot better about their English after this.
I hope so. Language is about communication, and getting these small things right makes your communication so much smoother.
Definitely. Thank you so much for the help today, Mr. J.
It was my pleasure, May. To all our listeners, thank you for hanging out with us.
We want to hear from you. What is something you have too much of in your house? Is it too much clothes or too much furniture? Let us know in the comments.